the Bloomberg terminal. Impeachment round 2. The U.S. House passes a resolution demanding Trump's cabinet remove him, but Mike Pence stands firm. Representatives will hold a second impeachment vote tonight. Taper talk. 2 Fed officials push back on discussing a withdrawal of support so soon. Investors await guidance in the coming days.
Boom, melatonin's hitting, boys.
Teeters on the brink of collapse. Former Prime Minister Matteo Renzi says he'll decide today whether to abandon the coalition. Take a look at European futures. That news is not really sending them down.
Polo.
We have some mixed trades going on here, but for the most part, green arrows across the WEIF screen, which is what I use to track World Equity Index futures. Here's the live trade, the global movers screen, GMM Go on the left-hand column. You can see the equity indexes open up. That column will populate as they open up. The FTSE always the first out of the gate, followed by the IBEX. They both open little change. Typically, we see the Carrey pop up after this in Paris, and don't expect to see a heck of a lot of movement there either, although CAC futures were up a little bit more than other indexes, gaining about almost 0.2%. But European markets are basically going to open up flat right now, looking for some direction, not a lot of size.
The Steam?
You've got a lot of stories.
The Steam with the cracks in the phone made it trip out.
Downplayed the idea of cutting asset purchases this year. James Bullard and Eric Rosengren said it's too early to discuss pulling back support, putting them at odds with other FOMC colleagues who are open to a debate. Oak Tree Capital co-founder Howard Marks told Bloomberg that the Fed moves, as they have done for the past decade, continue to force investors into riskier and riskier assets.
Fed and Treasury actions, and specifically the reduction of the Fed funds rate to 0, has had a very coercive effect on the market. It has required people to invest because they don't want to sit around with cash, money market fund, bank.
I know, I need to fix my hair.
Earning 0. They don't want treasuries at less than 1.
Give me a second, let me dry it. Let me turn my heater on.
And so they've had to push out into risk assets.
All right, Janet Louis joins us now, Bruin Dolphin Investment Director, and that was, I thought, a fantastic interview with Howard Marks. Eric Schatzker does a great job, as usual, but this particular point, Janet, is one that people have been making for 10 years. I mean, it's called financial repression. We know it happens. Central banks around the world continue to do it. It's more interesting now, though, in the face of the pandemic. What do you think about this market's continued tick higher as we're all locked down for longer?
Don't promote drugs here.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think the competing use of other assets aside from equity is very low, and we continue to see a scenario of there's no alternative as investors pile into equities. And I think that, well, markets are very encouraged by the vaccine rollout because eventually we know that there will be an end game to the COVID-19 pandemic. We just don't know exactly when. But I think markets are pricing in a lot of good news. And with the Democrats taking the Senate, I think markets are expecting much more stimulus, which is good for the economy, which is exactly what the economy really needs at the moment. So I think there could be a continuation of this positive market sentiment as we see more realization of that economic growth this year. And don't forget that we're actually at the start of economic cycle. We're at the recovery phase, and historically, that economic cycle typically lasts, 7 years on average. So there is still more room for the equity rally to continue, we think.
Well, but haven't valuations got slightly ahead of themselves here, Janet? Or do you think that we're going to see profits keep up with the price increases?
Yeah, there's no doubt that valuation has turned more elevated after the rally in 2020. But we think that corporate earnings should be able to keep up more this year. Basically, if you look across the various sectors, corporate earnings growth expectation are mostly in the double digits. So I think that could be a momentum pushing markets forward. And I think that there is still very supportive monetary and fiscal policy. I doubt that many governments will be withdrawing any of the fiscal policy anytime soon, at least not in the first half of the year, because we're still struggling with COVID. And I don't think that policy makers in the central bank also start to withdraw their monetary support. So we have a very supportive liquidity environment and the realization of economic activity and better corporate profit this year. So I think generally speaking, it's still a good environment. I'm not saying that there won't be any volatility.
Wait, what?
Evaluations are elevated, and I think
Nuh-uh.
we'll get concerning news in the trade rate of the vaccine or some other market concern. But we still think the general direction is
and you can just see this chart goes back to the end of the financial crisis in 2010 and away. At the same time, Dan, if I pulled up a chart of, which I'm sure Hillary has, central bank balance sheets, they just go up and away.
That's pretty funny, dude.
Country balance sheets, they just go up and away. I mean, how long is this sustainable?
Well, first of all, I think you're absolutely right. I think the central bank balance sheet has a very strong supportive, it is a strong supportive driver for the asset class. We saw many plots of the chart of, plotting the central bank balance sheet against the S&P 500, and there's a very positive correlation, right? So I think that as long as interest rates remain at zero, again, that's the argument of there's no alternative. As long as interest rates are going to stuck at zero or negative, which we think is going to be the base case for many economies for the next couple of years, then we think that this can continue. And if the central banks, if they keep on having this strong liquidity, then I think it can continue. I know that there are concerns that the Fed will gradually taper its quantitative easing, so that has been a bit unnerving. But I think they will do that very, very gradually, and also they'll have very good guidance.
Bro, this motherfucker got slapped in the face with karma. Jeez, bro. Jeez, I don't even feel the slightest bit bad for him. I literally, if you truly knew how terrible this dude is, wow. Wow.
Inflation expectations, because you point out
look at this, boys.
Being accommodative, that's the debate the Fed is having, and you need them to keep
karma. Oh my gosh.
But can they continue
karma, bro. Oh my gosh. Flipping karma, dude.
Yeah, that is definitely a great step.
Bro, this dude.
Inflation will ultimately rise from it's a matter of how much inflation concern is there, because the Fed has already said that they have an asymmetric inflation target. They can
this dude is
higher than 2%. So it's a
wow.
matter of how much that is going to be above that 2%. And I think cyclically, we think there are few factors that could boost inflation, like the highest fiscal spending. People have more cash in the bank. They're going to spend. There's a lot of pent-up demand. And we think that energy prices are going up because of that year-on-year comparison. But I think, structurally speaking, there are also a number of factors limiting that surge in inflation. For example, technology, aging population, globalization, etc. So we think that inflation would rise, but it's not to the extent where central banks have to, curtail their asset purchases.
Yo, everybody should contact as much information as you can.
But not anything that will be.
Yes, this dude right here at Baxter_EH. This dude right here needs. This is the one who you want to give all the. He wrote the article. This is the one who you want to give all the info to.
So they will impeach. This is Bloomberg.
Bro, dude's a moron. Like, he literally got slapped in the face. Like, bro, he didn't mean dirty. He didn't mean dirty. That's why you don't do people dirty in this world. That's real karma. He did a lot of people dirty, bro. That's real karma right there. I really don't feel bad for him. Trust me, I've gotten a taste of karma, but not like that, buddy. God only does things to me to teach me a lesson, and I learned my lesson. This dude seems like he's been doing shitty things his entire life, way worse than me. Like, I do only a little bit of shitty things. There is a God. No? Are you on my bed? Are you on my bed? Nelly, off my bed. She's on my bed.
Welcome back to the European Open. We are 12 minutes into the session and looking at a pretty mixed picture here with not a lot of size
I told you I didn't want to go for... I just had... You know how you trust your gut? Now you trust your gut?
And the IBEX are showing red arrows near unchanged.
Thank God I didn't fucking do the devil worship shit they wanted me to do. I'm telling you, when... Bro... This fool wanted me to fucking do some sacrifice shit and sell my soul, bro. Like, I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that, dude. Fuck that guy. Fuck his fucking demonic bullshit.
Well, as far as who's in the lead, the FT reported that one of the...
Baby fucker.
Was, from Credit Suisse, but says he hasn't engaged with actually having a discussion.
That dude's a baby fucker as far as I'm concerned.
Former co-head of Bank of America Investment Bank has actually begun talking with the bank, so that may make it a more likely candidate. Also, Martin Lessing.
Toasted Nebraska is a demonic motherfucker, bro. I ain't want anything to do with that dude.
So,
I'm not down with fucking...
Don't want any kind of internal... do they not have
I'm not down with that shit. It's weird.
At Unicredit?
Actually, when you mentioned it...
Alright, boys.
That hasn't come up at all.
It's time for bed.
Since the beginning of this process, we've seen Italian company heads as well, and international bankers, but there haven't been any strong names advanced within the bank, as a matter of fact. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but that hasn't come up.
Got it. Ross, thanks so much for joining us. Ross Larson there, Bloomberg European Finance Editor, talking about CEO search. Now, the House has just passed a resolution calling on Vice President Mike Pence in the U.S. to remove Donald Trump from office. Pence, of course, has already said he won't invoke that article. Meanwhile, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has told Associated
You know I need to buy?
Democrats are moving to impeach Trump as he believes the president has committed impeachable offenses. This, according to the New York Times.
Bro, there's just so much money now, bro. It's like $100 for a little one.
Bruce, it does seem fairly significant that senior Republicans, possibly including Mitch McConnell, are now ready to vote for, well, in McConnell's case, to convict on the impeachment that is really already a foregone conclusion, right?
Yeah, this is a big change from last year. So recall in early 2020 we had the impeachment of President Trump the first time, and no Republicans in the House supported that. One lonely Republican in the Senate, Mitch Romney, voted to convict. This time we know
I'm gonna buy an ice maker.
at least a handful of Republicans in the House.
I need an ice maker.
Including significantly Liz Cheney, the number 3 in the House leadership and daughter.
Shit's like $100 for one. Fucking Dwayne had one, bro. And you just pour water in it.
McConnell has indicated that he thinks the president has committed impeachable offenses.
Self-cleaning portable electric
That there might be
ice maker. That's what I want, bro. I want the self-cleaning one.
voting to convict when the trial takes place.
Right. Well, not really surprised about Liz Cheney. She wasn't exactly best friends with President Trump, and her dad reportedly
Use the ice cube tray? Yeah. No, this is America. I'm gonna buy a fucking ice maker.
Let me ask you.
Fuck's wrong with you, fam? It's 100 shekels for an ice maker.
I mean, there's never been a president impeached.
Imagine if we were like
right?
in the 1800s. I'd have to make like a whole ice maker, like a room. Now I could just buy one for $100 because America.
And we've never had, the Americans have never had a president actually removed from office by impeachments. This would, if what seems to be the case, that there is some opposition from.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use the ice maker because I can use Fiji water and have Fiji ice cubes.
This may really be.
You can't really do that with ice trays. Nobody does that. Or you just pour it in the ice maker and it'll be Gucci.
It does seem though that they're closer to it than we thought.
I suppose we've never had a U.S. president incite an angry mob that he knew to be potentially violent to attack our own capital. So a lot of firsts here for President Trump. Bruce Einhorn, thanks so much for joining us to report a little bit on this continuing controversy. Coming up, Just Eat takeaway orders jumped 57% in the fourth quarter. No surprise there, but we'll talk to the CEO next. This is Bloomberg.
Bro, I'm going to bed soon. I gotta take a dab. I gotta go do shit tomorrow. I have to work fucking hard tomorrow. No, off my bed. Go to your bed now. Get off my bed. Nelly? Nelly. What's wrong? Get off my bed. Why is she doing that? Why is she fucking always panting? No, bro, I gotta go to sleep. I can't do no sleep stream. I gotta go. What's that? Yeah, it's time. It's time. I got shit to do tomorrow. I love you guys. I love you guys. We gotta figure it out, dude. But I'll see.